Every startup begins as a spark. But here's the brutal truth nobody dares to say out loud. Most of those sparks die before they even get a chance to light anything real. Right now, if you're tightening your grip on that dream, it might already be slipping from your hands, and you don't even see it coming. Because the real danger isn't out there, in the market, the competitors, or the economy. It's inside. It's what's whispered between your doubts and your ambition, where fear and hope battle for control. Look around. The world screams freedom, promises opportunity, invites you to play the game by its rules. But the truth is, freedom wrapped in rulebooks is a prison in disguise. The startup ecosystem? It peddles myths. The myth that hustle equals success, that the loudest voice wins, that follow the trend guarantees growth. But those lies are chains disguised as wings, trapping you in a loop where you wake up every day convinced you're less than your potential. If you feel that shadow crushing you, that invisible weight dragging your startup into the abyss, you're not alone. It's not your idea, your vision, or your passion that's failing. It's the system around you leaking life from your dream because it cares only about the surface, not your fire. The brutal truth is this: your startup won't fail because you lack talent or grind. It will fail because you are fighting a war you don't even realize you're in. A war against complacency disguised as comfort, fear dressed as safety, and the avalanche of noise that drowns out the rare voice inside you screaming for real change. Every founder's biggest enemy isn't their competitors, it's the invisible, suffocating weight of alignment to mediocrity. You fight every day to build something unique, but the system wants you to fit in, copy what others do, and lose yourself in a sea of sameness. Your startup is dying the moment it starts pretending to be anything but itself. But here's where it flips. The same brutal truth that can kill your startup before it even starts is also its greatest weapon if you dare to face it without flinching. The pain you feel, the isolation, the doubt, they are the signs that you're still breathing the air of mediocrity. To break free, you must stop fighting within the lines drawn by others. Forget the tried and true paths. They will only drag you down faster. What if the real path forward is not more hustle or more capital, but something rawer, purer, something that demands you unlearn your fears and your safe strategies? Start by killing the lie of comfort. Comfort is a slow poison for founders. The moment your startup feels okay, that's when death sneaks in. It's in the small compromises. The product features you add because investors want them, not because customers need them. The marketing campaigns you run because it's trendy, not because they tell your story. The hires you make because experience looks good on paper, not because the team ignites your vision. That's the beginning of the end. Great startups don't grow from convenience. They rise from relentless, sometimes lonely obsession with what could be, not what is. Next, destroy the illusion that success equals more noise. Loud startups, loud founders, loud pitches. They're the ones everyone notices for a moment, but none remembers. Instead, cultivate essence. Focus on the core of your vision, so pure and unshakable that it whispers loudly in every decision, every move. This essence is your startup's soul. If you lose that, you lose everything. It's easier to build a startup that screams for attention than to build one that creates a real, lasting connection. The latter wins the war. Now, embrace ruthless selection, not just in choosing co-founders or investors, but in every relationship, partnership, and conversation. Your energy is your ammunition. Spend it only where it amplifies your fire, not where it dulls it. The system tries to blanket you with everyone's noise, but remember, your power is in calling the few. Look for those who burn like you, who don't fit neatly into boxes, who challenge the rules even harder than you do. Build with them. Because in the rare synergy of the few who dare, the impossible becomes real. Patience is the weapon that kills overnight fantasies. If you want your startup to live, you must play the long game. Fast growth that sacrifices soul? A mirage. True, lasting impact is a slow burn. It's the founders who survive the droughts, the moments when no one believes, the endless cycles of testing and failing, who create what lasts. Don't get seduced by shiny shortcuts. Build for eternity, for the journey beyond the first launch, the first investor, the first customers. Eternity favors those who refuse to quit when it feels easiest to give up. You must also become sovereign over your will. The startup world hands out advice like scattershot bullets. Success stories, viral hacks, instant formulas. Most of it is noise designed to keep you chasing distractions. The difference between those who launch and those who fail lies in owning your will, being the master of your decisions, your vision, your reality. No investor, mentor, or trend should dictate your startup's soul. Your will is your weapon. Sharpen it daily. When the noise screams, be the silence that keeps your fire burning. And here's the hardest truth. You're not missing brilliance. There isn't a lack of ideas in the world, but a lack of connection that fuels transformation. Most founders feel alone, isolated by a system that neither understands nor supports radical individuality. But truth lives in the edges, in the rare moments where genius meets partnership, where misfits align to build more than they could alone. Your startup lives in this network of the few, the fiercely connected sparks who see beyond the diluted mainstream. Find these links. Forge these bonds. Together, you're unstoppable. Breaking the cycle means stepping beyond what anyone expects from a founder. It means brutal honesty with yourself, the courage to reject the default script, and the relentless pursuit of what's truly yours. It's refusing to live a borrowed life where success is imposed from the outside. It's burning rather than bending. This world doesn't owe you a startup. The system isn't built for the rare, the radical, or the real. But that's exactly why you must create a new, beyond flags, labels, and tired old paradigms. Every second you hesitate, the spark dims. Every day you follow others, your startup drifts further from what it could be. But if you dare to burn, to sacrifice the comfortable, to embrace the lonely fight for essence over noise, your startup won't just survive, it will become a beacon for others lost in the lies of the system. The brutal truth that can kill your startup is the fuel to ignite a revolution inside you and beyond you. You're not here to fit in. You're here to break out, to unleash your will, to connect with those few who resonate with your unique fire. To build something that redefines what's possible. This journey is not for the many. It's for those who hear the silence inside, the painful tension that screams more. It's for those willing to trade comfort for real freedom, conformity for radical individuality, easy for extraordinary. So stop waiting for permission. Stop following the script. Stop settling for the surface. The world's greatest startups don't start with easy answers. They start with hard, unflinching truths. Your startup's life depends on embracing them, owning them, and turning them into unstoppable power. Right now, the fire inside can either flicker out or blaze a trail that others will follow. The choice is brutal and clear: die a silent failure or rise a rare force. This is your call: to become sovereign, to be patient, to be selective, to transform, to stop being a prisoner of illusions and start being a radical creator of your reality. The startup you dream of is not waiting outside. It's born inside you, waiting for you to unleash it. Now is the time to choose.